Decoding sexual orientation trends. What science says about homosexuality. Hello, dear listeners. In our daily lives, we've likely heard or engaged in conversations about sexual orientation, particularly regarding homosexuality. It's a topic that feels both familiar and shrouded in questions that make us ponder. Why are some people attracted to the same sex? Is it something innate or a choice? Science has been tirelessly seeking answers. And while there's no definitive conclusion yet, the findings so far offer us a deeper, more compassionate understanding. In today's discussion, we'll explore these scientific perspectives together. Before diving into the details, let's outline the key points we'll cover. First, we'll examine the surprising connection between beliefs about the causes of homosexuality and society's attitudes toward the LGBTQ+ community. Next, instead of viewing sexual orientation through rigid categories like heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual, modern science suggests a far more open and flexible approach. Finally, we'll explore the complex interplay of biological and social factors that shape the diverse sexual orientations of individuals. Now, let's embark on this journey. Societal perspective. Why do we debate homosexuality? You've probably noticed that attitudes toward homosexuality vary widely across the world. Some countries have embraced it, recognizing legal rights and marriage for same-sex couples. Yet, in other places, loving someone of the same sex is still seen as wrong, even criminal. Why is there such a stark divide? These political and social debates often hinge on a core question: where does homosexuality come from? Some believe it's a choice or a result of one's environment. Others argue it's an inherent, unchangeable part of a person, possibly tied to genetics. These beliefs directly influence how we treat others. Those who view homosexuality as unnatural or a choice often lean toward disapproval. Conversely, those who believe biological factors play a key role tend to be more open and supportive of equality. This shows that understanding the origins of sexual orientation profoundly impacts our empathy and acceptance. Science also provides some intriguing numbers. Surveys suggest that 2 to 11% of the population report experiencing same-sex attraction. This range varies due to differences in how questions are asked and how people define their own experiences. Another notable finding, consistent across many cultures, is that children who don't conform to traditional gender norms, such as boys who enjoy playing with dolls or prefer pink, or girls who prefer short hair and boyish clothes, are more likely to identify as non-heterosexual as adults. This highlights the complexity of the issue. It's not simply a fleeting choice. Scientific lens. The pieces that shape sexual orientation. Having explored the societal perspective, let's now turn to what science has to say. What have researchers discovered, and what mysteries remain? One of the most significant findings is that sexual orientation isn't neatly divided into separate categories but exists on a fluid continuum. A study from the prestigious Cornell University revealed that even those who identify as heterosexual may have experienced attraction to the same sex, and vice versa. This suggests that the number of people with same-sex experiences may be far higher than statistics indicate. In the past, we categorized people into 3 main groups: heterosexual, homosexual, and bisexual. However, this framework is increasingly seen as inadequate. Modern science shows that sexual orientation can shift and adapt over time and circumstances. Instead of fixed labels, we can view gender identity, and sexual orientation as relative and diverse. This perspective reduces divisive arguments about right or wrong and reveals that, regardless of who you love, human emotions, love, and connections are universal and worthy of respect. Yet, the big question, why, still lacks a single answer. Current scientific evidence points to one conclusion: there's no single cause of homosexuality. Instead, sexual orientation results from a complex interplay of biological and social factors, with their influence varying from person to person. For example, some studies highlight the fraternal birth order effect, where men with more older brothers are statistically more likely to be homosexual. The hypothesis behind this may involve changes in the hormonal environment in the womb with each male pregnancy. Additionally, scientists have found clear evidence that certain genetic configurations contribute to sexual orientation. But these always interact with environmental factors, not acting alone. In summary, there's still much we don't fully understand about how gender identity and sexual orientation are formed. But one thing science confirms: it's a picture painted by countless pieces, including innate biological factors and lifelong social experiences. Perhaps it's this complexity and diversity that make each of us uniquely beautiful.